Give me a few of the tools again. You've talked about two things, prescribed fire and prescribed grazing. So are you saying that cows can be a tool in your management box?
Yes, definitely. And again, it depends on your management objectives. But yes, the cattle can be used as a tool. In some areas in Texas, I know that people were using wildlife as part of that toolbox and managing for them, and they were getting some benefits from that.
Okay, how does that work? How does wildlife, or let's go back to the cattle. We've talked about prescribed fire. How do the cattle act as tools for us?
So by knowing how those cattle are going to move, or how you're moving those cattle through your property, I guess,
Yes.
you could determine how much of any plant you want taken out of that system, and you could move the cattle around depending on what those specific management objectives were. So you could actually, depending on what plants are there that might grow more if they're grazed, or grow less,
Yeah.
you could actually bring cows in or cattle in and graze them depending on what you want that plant to do. So if you know it's going to decrease with grazing and you want that plant gone, just graze it more, and it's going to start losing that plant. So
you're looking at a strategy where you're actually moving the cattle around, and you're getting them to eat what you want rather than them eating what they want.
for some people, and again, it's not the silver bullet approach,
Yeah.
and for it can, that's a system that has been used.
Yeah.
And it has debate. There's actually a big debate right now whether grazing systems or no grazing systems and
Right.
all this. But so
Okay.
there's an ongoing debate.
Yes.
But it's worked for some people. It hasn't worked for others. So again, you have to look at what you have, what your resources are, your management goals, and what's going to take to get you from what you have to where you want to be.
Okay. Wildlife, how do people use that in their toolbox?
In many areas, these are highly managed systems,
Yeah.
so it's not freely roaming wildlife.
Okay, yeah.
They can use them to take out certain different species, or a lot of places that I've seen, it's not so much for managing the ecosystem itself, it's just as a supplement to their income. So
Okay.
if maybe their cattle operation is not working the way they want, and they have this goal of economic sustainability of their land, and they can't reach it with cattle, they'll supplement it with hunting income.
Okay, yeah.
So it's another tool in the toolbox.
Right. I've actually seen that in my home country of Namibia, where extensive cattle and sheep farming, ranching, was actually replaced to a large extent by wildlife management, and it really has done wonders for that kind of ecosystem where we get maybe 6 to 12 inches of rain a year. So, well, David, how about let's go out into the field and kind of look at a few examples of what you were talking about in terms of just what a good healthy soil, what a good healthy range might look like.
Okay, let's do that. That'd be great.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. We've been with David Toledo. Thank you for your time. And we'll be moving on soon. But David, thank you so much for
Thank you.
being with us.
Great talking to you.
Yes, sir.